This video demonstrates how to initiate and manage a signing session with multiple signers, ensuring all compliance and verification steps are followed. It covers the entire process, from camera checks to applying notary seals and completing the session. We have the documents tagged for our signing session, and we're ready to begin with the signers. To do that, click on the job as before. You can open the job by clicking the number here or the Open key on the right. Either option takes you to the same screen. We saw during tagging, this time we're going to start the signing session. First thing, it's going to ask you to verify that your camera is working. It's going to verify that your audio is working, and it's also going to verify that you have at least $20 in your wallet, so you're able to begin to continue with the session. When you first begin the session, you'll notice that your video shows up over here on the right. When the other signers join, when you see John, Robert, and Robin join, you'll see over here on the left-hand side a pop-up that allows them to enter the meeting. At that point, you'll be able to see multiple video screens on the left-hand side. A few things have changed since we started the signing session. First of all, you'll notice we now have a Begin Notarization button. On the right-hand side, this is to start the notary session. Once all the signers have joined, you need to start the Begin Notarization first. This starts the recording. Once the recording has started, you cannot stop it, and everything will be recorded from that point forward until you end the session. You still have the ability to switch between signers, but you'll notice that none of the tags are activated right now. You can't place any new tags or activate any tags currently on the document. You can't do anything in the signing session with any meaning until you begin notarization. Once you begin notarization, this is starting the notarial act. Your audit trail is going to be updated with the start time, and everything is recorded from this point forward. Now we can see that we have 17 tags that need to be filled, and we have all of our tags available to us so we can begin the signing process. To change the active users, just like we did in the tagging session, we can switch active users by using the number keys. 1 is Robin, 2 is John, and 3 is Candace. Before we can begin the session, there are a few important steps to take. First, we need to review our disclosures. While we cover these in more detail in the compliance section, it's essential to ask the signers some basic questions to ensure legal compliance and protect yourself from liabilities. I start by asking, do you consent to the recording? The meeting will be recorded. Is it okay to proceed? Next, I inquire whether they have had the opportunity to read the documents. Have you read and understood the contents? Regardless of their response, I will clarify that I am not an attorney. For any questions about the documents, we will return to the title company for clarification. One other thing we need to do to begin. The session is complete our ID verifications. We have to do this for each signer. Prior to the session, all 3 signers have already completed their ID, and we can see those IDs on the session. If I click on Review, it brings up the ID on the screen, and I can visually inspect it. I can ask the user to hold up their ID to the camera so I can see it, and match the face to ensure it's the right person. Keep in mind, this is a secondary check required by notary law in most states, but the ID has already been verified through our automated ID verification system. We must approve each ID to start the session. If we don't approve the IDs, we won't be able to complete the session. When the IDs are scanned, we get the addresses off the IDs automatically, and we can bring up the address here. You always want to ask the signer, is that address still your current address? Sometimes the address on the driver's license is different, but your notary log needs to have their current address, so we ask for it here. The whole purpose of this screen right here is to make sure your notary log is up to date when you finish the session. So we need to do that for all 3 signers in order to ensure that we're ready to go with the signing session. When we're ready to sign, we can go right down to the signature page, explain what the document is that we're going to be signing, and then have the signers sign it. In order to have John sign the document, I'm going to press the 2 key and tell John that he can sign. Either John can click the date or I can click the date for him. Either way works. And then if I want Candace to do her signature next, I would simply hit the 3 key. You can see when I do that, she is now the active signer. It also shows you she's the active signer up here. She can go ahead and apply her signature at that point. I can access the date, the notary tags. If we scroll down here to the bottom, you'll see where the notary tags are on this particular order. To complete the notary tags, the signers should complete their signatures before you do the notary tags. This is so it shows in the audit trail that you're actually completing the transaction, completing the notarization after the signatures have been applied. For this demonstration, I'm going to show you how the tags work. You'll notice here that right now Candace is the active signer, and Candace would be able to apply her signature at this point. I can still go ahead and apply my notary stamp here. Since it applies to both John and Candace, I'll mark them on here. This is an acknowledgement, not a jurat. Then I'll place the seal on there once the seal and the signature have been placed. You're done with that notary block. You should not be able to go back and make any changes to the document after that point. You want to complete all of the tags in the document before you complete the session? You'll be able to see over here on the right how many tags are remaining, so you can go through and complete those sessions all the way through.